Dara from Indie Arts Creations. Thank you for joining me. Today is Wednesday, September 16th, and I'm pointing out the day because I haven't been able to post in a couple of days, and I know that I was committed to doing this challenge in September to do 30 painting slash projects in 30 days. But I had trouble with my phone and the storage and trying to get all that settled. So I think because of the troubles I had been experiencing, I've missed a total of 3 days. Not consecutive because I was able to delete some things and, be able to post, and then I was over storage again. But nonetheless, I'm saying all that to say I'll make up the 3 days on the back end. So instead of stopping on September 30th, we'll just go until October 3rd consecutively. So what I wanted to accomplish during these 30 days are just trying to try different techniques. I've been combining some techniques, which was fun. I did do some batch filming, which means that I would have done maybe like 2 or 3 paintings in a day, and that was in July and August time frame to get ready for September. But I have still continued to paint every day. That is my desire, to continue to paint every day so that I can grow as an artist. I'm also trying to grow in my editing skills, so I'm just trying to grow overall, because this is now my business that started as a hobby. But as I continue to get better, people are reaching out and they want paintings and they're asking for commissions or just buying things that already exist. So again, I just want to continue to grow, and just for personal reasons also. So that's what I wanted to say. So in terms of what I'm going to do in this painting, I'm going to do a puddle pour. And as I think of my puddle pours in the past, I've always kind of put the paint down on the canvas, and I've always tilted it kind of off to the point where you really don't see that they began as puddles unless you kind of already know what that technique is. And so what I want to do with this puddle pour is that I don't want to pour all of it off. Of course, some of it, or I should say tilt all of it off. Of course, some of it will come off, some of the paint will run off. But what I want to do is try to keep as much paint on the canvas as I can. I believe that this is a 12 by 12. And the colors, I'm just going to go really simplistic and minimalistic. The colors are red, black, and gray. And I'm debating on whether I'm going to use the white. So I have a natural gray by SoHo. And then I have this elephant gray that I probably added a little natural gray to. So if I need this, I'm going to use this as well. Whenever I'm using the reds, because I really like this true red, I try to use them both together, the true red and the crimson, because I think that they give a nice effect when they're used in combination with one another. So let's get started. Alrighty, I opened up all the caps on the paint, so I'm going to get started. So each puddle will start with a different color. Why don't I kick it off in the center and start with black? So with a puddle pour, you really don't need any negative space. The negative space is your background color. And why don't I start another puddle so that they can start to kind of form. Okay, so I just want to lay down the foundation. So maybe I'll use white, but maybe I'll start it over here. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding different colors to the puddles. So some of this, because I guess I'm not really talking, and I apologize, it's a little late. I will probably cut some of this part out of me just doing the puddles. If not, then I will speed it up. Let's see. This one doesn't have any black. So since I used the crimson, I'm going to use the true red on this side. Maybe I should have spaced it out a little more, but it will still be fine for the look that I'm trying to achieve. Black. So all the colors will be listed in the description. I mean, they're not hard to see what colors they are, but when I list the colors, I also list the makers of the colors. So for instance, this True Red is by Anita's. The Crimson is by Master's Touch. This is Titanium White by Master's Choice. The black is just the black flow acrylic from Artist Loft. And the natural gray is from SoHo. But again, I will list all of that in the description. Becomes, we had 5 puddles, and do we think this is enough paint to get us through? Not really sure it is, so I'll make some individual puddles on the outsides of this large, what has become this large puddle that has ran together. I really like gray, and I had did a puddle piece and a pour out with black, white, gray, and yellow. And then I feel like I did something. I think I did kind of like a wreck, a puddle with black, white, gray, and red. But again, it's not like this. Like with this one, I'm going for a certain look. Like for the most part, I want the puddles to be seen as puddles and not me run it all the way off. So, although this is coming to its own, like this was our black circle and now it has done its own thing. Oh yikes, that was my fault. So although I did say the date and the day, this will be published on Thursday because I did have problems still with my camera and the storage and everything. But I was on the phone with Apple trying to troubleshoot and all of this stuff. So this will post tomorrow. And then we'll be back on our schedule. Alright, I think that I'm going to start to tilt. I think we have enough paint. I'm not sure if some of you know, but I do normally do Facebook Live on Fridays at 7 p.m. I normally try to do anywhere from 2 to 3 projects on a live. And it's just a nice time to get together with some friends, family, whomever joins. Things don't always come out the way you anticipate them. And that puddle that I started with just had a life of its own. Not exactly what I envisioned. Yeah, it's just becoming a life of its own. So I'm going to let it run off. color, so this is something that I didn't want, or it just wasn't the look I was going for. Um, I am going to stop here. I'm going to tidy up the sides and torch off camera, and I will be back for a close-up. For the close-up, starting in that top left corner, as we see, we have some nice cells right there. They just popped in out of nowhere. As I was finishing up, they started to develop, and they developed a little more as I was finishing with the sides and the edges and everything. So again, this was a puddle pour just with 4 colors. Well, 5 because we had 2 shades of red, but the 4 main colors were red, white, black, and gray. Again, this was a puddle pour. I didn't want this composition that I have. I wanted it to be more distinct puddles, and I was just going to kind of tilt just to like spread the paint to the ends of the canvas. But as I was tilting it, the paint just started running off. So what that told me as I thought about it was that for the particular look I was going for, my paint is too thin. It is my normal paint ratio, but for what I'm trying to do, the paint can't be this thin. To know what you think, so please leave comments on this piece, or if you have suggestions of future videos you would like to see, if you have any color combinations you would like me to try out, or any techniques or a combination of the two, please leave those in the comments. Please like, share, that helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't, and until we meet again, cheers to painting.